Tucked away on America's shores, these 10 coastal cities feel unreal. From remote fishing villages to unexpected beachside skylines, each one breaks the mold of what you think the U.S. coastline looks like. Today we uncover the rare seaside gems most people don't even know exist in America. Tucked along California's breathtaking Monterey Peninsula, Carmel by the Sea feels like it was lifted straight out of a fairy tale. This tiny, 1-square-mile coastal village is world-famous for its whimsical European-style cottages, pristine white sand beaches, and artistic soul. From the moment you set foot here, it's clear. Carmel doesn't just look different, it lives differently. One of the first things you'll notice is that there are no street addresses. Instead, homes and businesses are described by name or by quirky directions like fourth house on the right, blue door. Chain restaurants and neon signs, completely banned. Even streetlights are scarce, allowing the town's natural beauty to shine after sunset. This strict attention to charm has preserved Carmel's magical atmosphere for decades, and residents are fiercely proud of it. Carmel Beach is a jewel of the California coast, with powdery sand and turquoise waves framed by cypress trees. On a sunny day, you'll see locals walking their dogs, often without leashes, because Carmel is famously dog-friendly. The beach sits just steps from Ocean Avenue, the town's main street, where art galleries, boutique shops, and gourmet bakeries tempt you at every corner. Carmel's artistic roots run deep. The town was founded in the early 1900s as an artists' colony, attracting painters, writers, and actors, including Clint Eastwood, who even served as mayor in the late 1980s. The creative influence still thrives, with over 100 art galleries and a full calendar of cultural events, from music festivals to plein-air painting competitions. The Carmel Bach Festival, held each summer, draws musicians and audiences from around the world. Just outside of town, the scenery gets even more spectacular. Scenic Road offers one of the most beautiful coastal walks in California, with ocean views on one side and storybook homes on the other. The famous 17-mile drive winds through dramatic cliffs, world-class golf courses, and ocean lookouts like the Lone Cypress. If you venture south, Big Sur's rugged wilderness is only a short drive away, making Carmel an ideal base for exploring California's wild coast. Life here is slow-paced but refined. Evenings might mean sipping wine in a cozy courtyard, attending a gallery opening, or watching the sunset turn the sky gold over the Pacific. Carmel by the Sea isn't just a destination, it's an experience. It's where the sound of ocean waves blends with the scent of blooming flowers, where every street feels like a movie set, and where time seems to slow down. Whether you're an art lover, a beachgoer, or simply someone seeking beauty in its purest form, Carmel is proof that magic can exist in real life. Tucked along the shimmering shores of Kachemak Bay at the southern tip of Alaska's Kenai Peninsula, Homer is a coastal treasure that feels like it belongs in both a postcard and a novel. Known as the halibut fishing capital of the world, this scenic and quirky town blends rugged wilderness with an unexpectedly vibrant arts scene, making it one of the most unique coastal cities in America. The town's most famous landmark is the Homer Spit, a narrow, gravelly finger of land stretching nearly 5 miles into the bay. One side hums with fishing boats, water taxis, and tour vessels. The other is lined with seafood shacks, art galleries, and quirky shops that perfectly reflect Homer's creative spirit. On a clear day, the Spit offers breathtaking views of snow-capped mountains, blue glaciers, and turquoise waters. Wildlife is everywhere. Sea otters drift lazily offshore, bald eagles perch just yards away from the road, and humpback whales sometimes breach in the distance. Fishing is woven into Homer's identity. Commercial boats bring in some of the freshest halibut and salmon in the world, while visitors flock here each summer to try their luck on the water. Yet Homer is more than a fishing hub. It's also a haven for writers, painters, and musicians drawn by the dramatic landscapes and slower pace of life. The city's galleries, theaters, and public art pieces give it a cultural richness rarely found in such a remote location. Adventure is always within reach. From the harbor, boats ferry visitors to Kachemak Bay State Park, a vast wilderness of glaciers, mountains, and hidden coves. You can kayak among sea otters, hike alpine trails, or explore the charming, isolated village of Seldovia. In summer, the midnight sun bathes the city in nearly endless daylight, while in winter, snow blankets the town and the northern lights occasionally streak across the sky. Despite its isolation, Homer has a close-knit, welcoming community. Residents value sustainability, creativity, and a deep connection to nature. It's the kind of place where people know their neighbors, time moves at a gentler pace, and the ocean serves as both livelihood and inspiration. For travelers seeking a coastal city where wild beauty and human creativity coexist in perfect harmony, Homer is unforgettable. A living blend of frontier spirit and artistic soul at the edge of the world. Perched on the tip of the Olympic Peninsula, where the Salish Sea narrows into Admiralty Inlet, Port Townsend looks like a storybook port that somehow stayed perfectly intact. Brick storefronts, ornate Victorian hotels, and painted turreted homes climb the bluff above a working waterfront. It feels both cinematic and lived in. Fishermen unloading crab across the street from indie bookstores, cafes, and boatmakers hand-shaping cedar planks by the tide. The town's personality starts on the water. Sloops and wooden yawls tack across Port Townsend Bay. Sea lions bark from the buoys, and on clear days the Olympic Mountains stand snow-bright behind the masts. The Howler Fountain marks the bottom of the hill. Up top, Uptown's gingerbread houses glow in soft coastal light. Port Townsend is famously boat-mad. The Northwest Maritime Center anchors the waterfront, and every year the Wooden Boat Festival fills the harbor with varnished hulls, bright work, and salty storytelling. Even the high school shop classes feed the marine trades. History is everywhere you look. In the late 19th century, the town boomed, betting it would become the region's major port. The railroad never arrived, the boom faded, and the ornate buildings remained, untouched long enough to become treasures. That frozen-in-time twist is why downtown today feels like a living museum that never turned into a museum piece. Film buffs know Fort Worden State Park. Its concrete batteries and parade lawns appeared in An Officer and a Gentleman. Wander the bluffs to the Point Wilson Lighthouse, then drop to the driftwood beaches where the bay meets the strait. For a small city, the arts scene punches way above its weight. You'll find galleries tucked into former mercantile buildings, a beloved film festival each fall, chamber music and jazz residencies at Fort Worden Centrum, and buskers playing sea shanties under brick arches. Writers hole up in cafes, plein-air painters work the docks, and the Saturday Farmers Market brings makers, bakers, and boat folks into the same square. Daily life is unusually sunny for Western Washington thanks to a local rain shadow. That means more strolls along Union Wharf, more kayaking calm mornings, and more ferry hopping. There's a short, scenic run to Whidbey Island that feels like a built-in day trip. Food leans hyper-local. Dungeness crab rolls, oysters on the half-shell, and coffee roasted a few blocks from the harbor. What makes Port Townsend irresistible is the blend. A real, working seaside town, a preserved Victorian streetscape, and an open-door arts community, all wrapped in big water scenery. It's the rare coastal city that feels both discovered and delightfully improbable, a place where maritime craft, history, and creative energy sail on the same wind. Perched on the tip of Cape Ann, about an hour north of Boston, Rockport, Massachusetts, feels like it was painted into existence. This small coastal city blends New England's rugged shoreline with an artist's eye for beauty, offering dramatic ocean views, colorful fishing shacks, and winding streets lined with galleries and cafes. The heart of Rockport is Bearskin Neck, a narrow peninsula jutting into the Atlantic that's lined with shops, seafood stands, and art studios. Here you'll find motif number 1, a simple red fishing shack that has been dubbed the most painted building in America. It's not just a tourist gimmick. This unassuming structure, reflected in the calm harbor waters, has been a muse for generations of painters, photographers, and writers. The entire area hums with creative energy, with galleries tucked into every nook and cranny. Rockport's connection to the arts runs deep. In the early 20th century, it became a haven for painters seeking the inspiration of its rocky coast and changing light. That legacy lives on in the Rockport Art Association and Museum, which showcases both historic and contemporary works. Throughout the year, outdoor art shows, live music, and theater performances fill the calendar, giving the town a cultural vibrancy that belies its size. But Rockport isn't just for art lovers, it's a nature lover's dream as well. Granite cliffs plunge into churning waves, tide pools teem with sea life, and sandy coves invite a quiet afternoon swim. Halibut Point State Park offers walking trails across an old granite quarry, with panoramic views that stretch all the way to Maine on a clear day. Offshore, lobster boats dot the horizon while seabirds wheel overhead. Seafood is practically a religion here. Lobster rolls, fried clams, and bowls of creamy chowder can be found in cozy harborfront restaurants, where the day's catch often comes straight from the dock. In summer, the salty breeze mixes with the scent of fresh cooked lobster, while in winter, the town takes on a quiet, almost storybook stillness. Rockport's magic lies in how it combines raw New England seascapes with a refined creative spirit. It's the kind of place where you can spend the morning sketching fishing boats in the harbor, the afternoon exploring granite headlands, and the evening watching the sun set in a blaze of orange and pink over the Atlantic. For anyone seeking a coastal city that feels both timeless and alive, Rockport is pure inspiration, just like this channel. Subscribe. Tucked along Florida's remote panhandle, where the Apalachicola River spills into the Gulf of Mexico, Apalachicola is a coastal city that feels worlds away from the state's crowded theme parks and high-rise beaches. Known for its oysters, maritime heritage, and laid-back charm, it sits at the heart of what locals proudly call the Forgotten Coast, a stretch of shoreline that has largely escaped overdevelopment. The waterfront is the town's lifeblood. Wooden docks and working shrimp boats line the riverbanks, where fishermen unload the day's catch and pelicans wait patiently for scraps. For generations, Apalachicola Bay produced the majority of Florida's oysters, and while environmental challenges have slowed the industry in recent years, even now family-owned restaurants serve fresh-off-the-boat shrimp, grouper, and blue crab, alongside stories of life on the water. Downtown is a compact grid of brick buildings, weathered warehouses, and restored storefronts that tell a story of a 19th century boomtown. Once one of the busiest ports on the Gulf, shipping cotton to markets around the world, Apalachicola retains the architecture and scale of that era. Boutique inns occupy former counting houses, art galleries fill old storefronts, and the scent of smoked mullet drifts from local kitchens. The Dixie Theater, a lovingly restored 1912 playhouse, Tuamin Deotines, still stages live performances, adding to the city's cultural heartbeat. Nature is never far away here. Across the bay lies St. George Island, with miles of pristine beaches and a historic lighthouse. Just upriver, the Apalachicola National Forest offers hiking trails shaded by longleaf pines, rare orchids, and wildlife ranging from black bears to swallow-tailed kites. kayakers paddle quiet tidal creeks, where dolphins sometimes surface alongside their boats. Apalachicola's charm comes from its unhurried pace and authenticity. There are no flashing neon signs, no mega resorts, just a working waterfront, friendly locals, and a way of life that moves with the tides. It's a place where you can sip coffee while watching shrimp boats leave at sunrise. Das Tamers browse nautical antiques by afternoon, and end the day with oysters and a sunset over the bay. In an age when much of Florida's coastline has been transformed beyond recognition, Apalachicola remains a rare reminder of what a small Gulf town can be: historic, scenic, and deeply connected to the water. It's not just a coastal city. It's a living slice of maritime history on the edge of the modern world. Nestled along California's central coast, Morro Bay is a charming coastal city defined by its stunning natural scenery, quaint harbor, and the dramatic presence of Morro Rock, a 576-foot volcanic plug that has stood sentinel over the bay for thousands of years. Often called the gateway to the Central Coast, this city combines small-town charm with a striking coastal backdrop that attracts photographers, outdoor enthusiasts, and travelers seeking a quieter, scenic alternative to more crowded California destinations. The heart of Morro Bay is its waterfront. Fishing boats, kayaks, and paddleboards share space with seabirds and harbor seals lounging on the docks. The town's Embarcadero is lined with seafood restaurants, boutique shops, and art galleries, creating a lively hub where locals and visitors mingle against the backdrop of the Pacific. Fresh seafood is a highlight here, with oysters, clam chowder, and locally caught fish served just steps from the water. Morro Rock dominates the skyline and defines the city's identity. The rock isn't just a visual marvel. It's a protected landmark and a sacred site for the local Chumash people. A stroll along the waterfront or nearby trails offers unparalleled views of the rock, the bay, and the surrounding estuaries. Wildlife is abundant. Harbor seals sunbathe on the sand. Sea otters drift lazily through the waters, and migratory birds stop over in the wetlands that frame the city. Outdoor adventure is woven into life in Morro Bay. Kayaking and paddleboarding allow visitors to explore the bay up close, while hiking trails in the nearby Morro Bay State Park wind through coastal dunes, estuaries, and volcanic formations. Fishing remains a central part of the community, with both sport and commercial fleets setting out daily. For photographers and nature lovers, the golden hours cast a magical glow over the bay, with the rock reflecting in still waters, creating picture-perfect scenes. Culturally, Morro Bay has a surprising depth for its size. Art galleries, music events, and small festivals celebrate both the town's maritime heritage and its creative community. Despite its popularity with tourists, the city maintains a laid-back, welcoming vibe, with a slower pace of life that feels worlds away from the hustle of Los Angeles or San Francisco. Morro Bay is more than just a coastal stop. It's a city where natural beauty, wildlife, and human culture intertwine. Between the iconic Morro Rock, the lively waterfront, and endless outdoor adventures, it offers an unforgettable blend of scenic charm and small-town California life. For anyone seeking a picturesque, inspiring coastal city, Morro Bay delivers at every turn. Perched on Oregon's scenic Central Coast, Newport is a vibrant coastal city that perfectly blends maritime charm, historic landmarks, and breathtaking natural beauty. Known for its bustling harbor, thriving art scene, and rich marine life, Newport has become one of the Pacific Northwest's most captivating coastal destinations. The city is perhaps best known for Yaquina Bay, a picturesque harbor where fishing boats, pleasure crafts, and sea lions share the waters. The Yaquina Bay Bridge, an iconic piece of Art Deco architecture, spans the bay and offers sweeping views of the ocean the harbor, and the surrounding coastline. The waterfront is a hub of activity, with seafood markets, restaurants, and local shops offering fresh catches, handcrafted goods, and coastal souvenirs. Oyster and Dungeness crab harvesting are central to Newport's identity, making it a must-visit for seafood enthusiasts. Newport is also home to the Oregon Coast Aquarium, one of the state's premier marine attractions. Visitors can explore interactive exhibits featuring sea otters, sharks, and giant Pacific octopuses, as well as observe local marine ecosystems firsthand. Beyond the aquarium, the city's coastal location provides ample opportunities for kayaking, whale watching, and tide pool exploration. Gray whales migrate along the Oregon coast from December through May, offering some of the best shore-based whale watching on the west coast. Nature lovers will find plenty to explore nearby. The Yaquina Head Outstanding Natural Area features dramatic cliffs, tide pools, and the historic Yaquina Head Lighthouse, while countless beaches and coastal trails provide the perfect setting for hiking, photography, or simply relaxing in the crisp ocean air. Wildlife is abundant. Seabirds wheel overhead, harbor seals lounge on rocky outcrops, and the tide pools teem with starfish, anemones, and crabs. Newport's charm isn't limited to its natural beauty. The city has a thriving arts community, with galleries, theaters, and local festivals celebrating everything from music and visual arts to maritime heritage. Despite its growing popularity with tourists, Newport maintains a friendly, small-town atmosphere where the pace of life reflects the rhythms of the ocean rather than the clock. With its combination of stunning coastal scenery, rich marine life, historic landmarks, and a vibrant local culture, Newport, Oregon is a coastal city that captures the imagination. Whether you're exploring tide pools, sampling fresh seafood, or watching the sunset over the Pacific, Newport offers an unforgettable experience that blends adventure, relaxation, and the beauty of the Oregon coast. Nestled along South Carolina's picturesque lowcountry, Beaufort is a historic coastal city that perfectly blends southern charm, waterfront beauty, and rich cultural heritage. Known for its antebellum architecture, moss-draped oaks, and scenic waterfront, Beaufort has long been a destination for travelers seeking a slower, more elegant pace of life on the Atlantic coast. The city's historic district is a living museum where cobblestone streets wind past beautifully preserved homes dating back to the 18th and 19th centuries. Grand antebellum mansions, many adorned with wrought iron balconies and shaded by towering live oaks draped in Spanish moss, tell stories of Beaufort's storied past. Walking tours of the district reveal the city's connections to the Civil War, Gulag culture, and the broader history of the American South, making it both a visually stunning and educational experience. Beaufort's location along the Intracoastal Waterway adds to its appeal. Waterfront parks, marinas, and scenic riverfront walkways allow residents and visitors to enjoy boating, kayaking, or simply taking in the views of tidal creeks and marshlands. The nearby Atlantic Ocean is just a short drive away, with barrier islands like Hunting Island providing pristine beaches, lighthouse tours, and opportunities to observe native wildlife such as loggerhead sea turtles, herons, and egrets. Cultural life in Beaufort is just as rich as its natural beauty. The city hosts art galleries, theaters, and festivals, celebrating local music, cuisine, and history. The Beaufort International Film Festival, local seafood festivals, and historic reenactments highlight the city's commitment to preserving its heritage while welcoming modern creativity. Cuisine here is deeply influenced by the Lowcountry, with fresh seafood, shrimp and grits, and Southern-style cooking, reflecting both tradition and local flavors. Despite its popularity with visitors, Beaufort maintains a tight-knit community feel. Residents cherish the city's relaxed pace, the rhythm of the tides, and the sense of connection to both history and nature. Whether strolling along the waterfront, exploring historic streets, or taking a boat out to the nearby islands, Beaufort offers a quintessential coastal experience rich in beauty, culture, and southern hospitality. For travelers seeking a scenic, historically rich, and culturally vibrant coastal city, Beaufort, South Carolina, provides a perfect blend of charm, adventure, and timeless elegance, making it an unforgettable destination on the southeastern coast. Perched on the northeastern coast of Puerto Rico, San Juan is a vibrant blend of history, culture, and tropical beauty, making it one of the most captivating coastal cities in the United States territories. With its colorful streets, centuries-old forts, and pristine beaches, San Juan offers the rare combination of a living historic treasure and a modern, energetic urban hub. The heart of San Juan's charm lies in Old San Juan, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, where cobblestone streets wind past pastel-hued buildings adorned with wrought iron balconies and blooming flowers. Here, visitors can explore El Morro and Castillo San Cristobal, massive stone fortresses built by the Spanish in the 16th and 17th centuries to protect the city from pirates and naval attacks. These structures not only showcase incredible military engineering, but also offer sweeping views of the Atlantic Ocean. San Juan is also a city deeply connected to the water. Just beyond the historic district, you'll find gorgeous stretches of sand like Condado Beach, Ocean Park, and Isla Verde, where turquoise waves meet golden shores. Surfers, swimmers, and sunbathers all flock to these beaches year-round, thanks to Puerto Rico's warm, tropical climate. Culture thrives in every corner of San Juan. Music spills into the streets from local bars and plazas, with salsa, reggaeton, and bomba rhythms filling the air. Art galleries and museums highlight both Puerto Rican heritage and contemporary creativity, while the local food scene blends Spanish, African, and indigenous Taíno influences. Dishes like mofongo, fresh-caught seafood, and empanadillas are staples that reflect the island's diverse history. The city also serves as Puerto Rico's main gateway to the Caribbean, with a bustling cruise port and easy access to nearby islands and natural wonders, from the bioluminescent bays to El Yunque National Forest. San Juan stands out as a place where old-world charm meets modern vibrancy, where centuries of history are layered with the energy of today's Caribbean life. For travelers seeking a coastal city that offers culture, history, beaches, and an undeniable rhythm, San Juan delivers an unforgettable experience that's as colorful and warm as the city itself. Tucked away on the rugged northeastern edge of Maine, Lubec is a small but remarkable coastal town that holds a unique distinction. It's the easternmost community in the United States. That means Lubec is the very first place in the country to see the sunrise each morning, with golden light spilling over the cold waters of the Atlantic before any other town is even awake. Lubec's charm lies in its unspoiled beauty and authentic maritime character. The coastline here is dramatic, with rocky cliffs, quiet coves, and sweeping views of the Bay of Fundy, famous for having some of the highest tides in the world. Just offshore, the bold red and white stripes of the West Quoddy Head Lighthouse mark the easternmost point in the U.S., standing as both a navigational aid and a beloved local landmark. From this spot, visitors can watch whales breach in the distance, seals sunbathe on the rocks, and seabirds wheel through the salty air. Fishing is woven into the fabric of daily life. Lobster boats line the harbor, and the scent of the ocean mingles with the aroma of fresh seafood being prepared in local kitchens. Unlike more crowded New England coastal towns, Lubec has remained quiet and close-knit, its streets lined with weathered homes, art studios, and cozy cafes that welcome travelers with genuine warmth. Outdoor lovers will find endless ways to explore. Hiking trails wind through coastal forests, and along windswept bluffs, offering panoramic views across to nearby Campobello Island in Canada, once the beloved summer retreat of Franklin D. Roosevelt. Kayakers can paddle through sheltered waters, past hidden coves and rocky outcrops teeming with marine life. In many ways, Lübeck feels like a step back in time, a place where the pace of life is slow, nature takes center stage, and the horizon seems impossibly wide. For those seeking a coastal city experience that's peaceful, scenic, and truly unique, Lübeck offers a quiet beauty you won't find anywhere else in the country. Here, at the edge of America, every sunrise feels like the start of something extraordinary. Click the video on the screen to learn more about America's most interesting cities.